Hello, my little ice cubes, and welcome. It's I, your big Oni sis, with yet another episode review of Dandadan. However, I do want to just say I apologize for not uploading a new video last Thursday due to the fact that it was, well, Halloween, and I love Halloween, thus it is the greatest holiday in the entire month, so I was busy celebrating it. Now, I will admit I did procrastinate because I could have done it yesterday or Friday, but again, I kinda sorta procrastinated, and Thursday is, well, my off days of doing videos, if you will. So, yeah, again, my apologies, but with that out of the way, let us get started. And first off, let's talk about the elephant in the room because I've seen a lot of talk about this character. The character in question is this girl right here, whose name I believe is how you pronounce it anyway, Aria or Aria. Again, I gotta hear it for myself to really know how to say it, so I apologize for butchering it. But anywho, I remember seeing a lot of debate on this character leading up to the episode. A lot of it was there's going to be people who will hate her, there's people who already were talking about hating her. Hell, I even seen one post saying that they will drop Dandadan if this character is an annoying twat. And I gotta say that's a bit extreme, but I will just say this and leave it as is. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I am going to give you a couple of hints. For those of you who know, you know. But Calla from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Pacifica Northwest from Gravity Falls, and last but not least, Kikaru from Kaiju number 8. All three of those characters have something in common, and it is up to you to decide what it is. Well, technically 4 characters, counting, of course, the new girl from Dandadan, but still, all of them have something in common, and it's up to you to decide what it is. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the rest of the episode. So, we have both Momo and Okvern going back to school after their epic fight with Turbo Granny, and they are now absolutely awkward. They are at that awkward stage of their friendship where they really have no idea what to talk about now since, well, the thing that they were bonding over is now done. So where do you go from here, which was absolutely adorable. We have, of course, Okavern in his classroom thinking about Momo and want to ask her about ghosts and stuff. Plus, we do see that he still gets bullied by, well, the assholes, but he doesn't let that get to him because, he has a friend, which, you do you, champ. And then we have, of course, Momo, who wants to talk to Okavern and ask him about aliens, and do the aliens wear panties or go boom boom? Which I gotta say, that's one hell of a question, but this is Dandadan, so expect wild batshit things, because, well, we'll get to it in a minute. So, as the school bell goes off, it's time for them to, go to lunch, and we see throughout the entire, school time, they keep missing each other. I don't know what the trope is called, but it's that really annoying trope where all the characters got to do is just turn around and they will see each other. Like when I was watching this with a friend of mine, she brought up the whole Journey to the West, was it? Crap, I forgot the movie's title at the moment. I do apologize. I think it was Journey to the West, but it's with way back in the 80s with the mouse. And the point here is all they had to do was turn around, 180 degrees or 360, and they would have seen each other. Actually, no, not 360, sorry. 90 degrees just to look to the side, 180 just to turn their whole body, well, 180 degrees, meaning turn around, and you will have seen, who you're looking for. But sadly, because this is comedy, plot's got a plot and comedy's got a comedy. And they're not able to find each other. And one other thing I do want to throw out there, I absolutely love Momo's friends because they support her. even though they're hanging out with a quote-unquote nerd and geek, they support her no matter what, and I fucking love these two. They are adorable, and I do want to see more of them. But anywho, so it's time to go back to class. Momo is, kind of sulking about the whole misunderstanding fight that just happened due to her friends thought they were going out, which I just want to say that's like the most annoying thing in middle school and high school, where you can't have a opposite gender friend, and hell, even in modern times, you can't have the same gendered friend without some assholes or even without your friends teasing you about going out. So of course, they start barking at each other, they're, angry at one another, but they're angry well, until Okavern realizes that he doesn't have the thing that makes a man a man. I'm not sure if I can say it, but just know he runs to the classroom that Momo is in and talks about how he has lost them. The family jewels, the Kohana, the thing again that makes a man a man. And so this was so fucking hilarious. And only in Dandadan can you make a plot like this and it make sense. Because this is the anime where you can get away with something as batshit insane as that. Like, in own fans, think about, say, One Piece, for example. You can't really do a plot or any type of story that would involve that. Like, if some character had the snatch, no me, devil fruit, and just stole Luffy's nuts or Zoro's or especially Sanji's, like, it would be hilarious, but it's more so fan fiction idea as opposed to an actual plot. The only other anime slash manga I think can get away with that idea is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because of how, well, just as equally batshit insane it is. And in all technicality, they literally have a Joestar in Part 8 that has 4 balls, so it does seem like they would be, perfect for each other, if you will. But anywho, so they go back to, Momo's, the guild's house to discuss why the hell they're missing. And of course, the guild was like, hey, this is why I wanted to see your balls, make sure they were all there, which she does bring up a good point. How the hell do you, as a dude, not realize they are missing? It doesn't even have to be a thing of you using the bathroom. Like, you would know that something ain't right down there just by the sheer feel of your underwear or your pants or whatever rubbing against you. Like, I'm sorry, but this is one of those moments for the sake of plot. But still, it is kind of batshit insane. But again, for the sake of plot, he didn't realize his nuts were taken away from him. And again, this dude cannot keep his genitals to save his life. So it turns out that something is in him. Some evil spirit is inside of him. So of course, the guild basically swats him with her fan. And I'm just like, I want that to be me. I want the guild to beat the hell out of me with that fan, with her foot on my face. Yes, mommy, please. But with that being said, though, it turns out that, she whacks something out of him. It goes into the lucky cat, which, fun fact for you, if I'm not mistaken, the cat's name is the Medica. I got, again, figure out how to say the name, so I apologize. But it's basically a cat based on, well, Japanese lore, where a man was walking, minding his own business, and he saw a cat who raised his paw. When the man stopped, a bolt of lightning struck right where he was about to step, and so that's kind of where the whole lucky cat thing came to be. Again, I don't know how to say the name of it. Medico, I believe. Medico Neko, I think. I gotta look back at it again. Again, sorry. But anywho, as, the spirit goes into the toy, or the statue. It runs away. Of course, Momo uses the force basically to capture her and, hold her in place. And it turns out that, well, it's none other than Turbo Granny, who, at the last minute, for the sake of plot, slipped out before being obliterated and, well, went into Okavern and did something with his nuts. Which, again, it's hilarious and screwed up, but again, this is the only, series that can get away with such a batshit insane thing. But it turns out that, she's getting a little too cocky, so our favorite gilf says, A, only your consciousness is in the doll, meaning the rest of her is in Okran. In other words, only her mental state, if you will, is in the inanimate object. Meanwhile, Okran has everything that is, I guess we could say, her body, if not soul, or what. Like, I don't know what you would call it with a spirit. Like, with the actual body, yeah, it would be like, here's your flesh, and here's your, conscious, or whatever. But, so, they make a deal, A, if you help me get my nuts back, I will give you your body back, if you will. And it turns out that the granny doesn't have the nuts on her person, and thus lost them because of course she did. Plot convenience be damned. Which means, next episode, we're going to be finding, searching for this man's testicles. This is the Search for Nuts arc, and it's absolutely hilarious. Oh, and one other thing before I forget though, massive props for Momo for sticking up for, Okavern when, I don't know how to say her name. I gotta hear it first, but, she was basically, we see that she's a two-faced bitch, which is why, new people watching the series is gonna hate her. She's a two-faced bitch who talks behind his back, only for Momo to use the force to clonk her on the head with a, I assume, washing pan. And again, absolutely hilarious. But like I said, you can hate her for now, but in all fairness, just wait till next week. Get your handkerchiefs, your tissues, whatever, ready, because you're not prepared for next week, my little ice cubes. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Blue Sky, Twitter, and even Discord. And remember, my little ice cubes, to stay awesome.